And Seth is frozen up. Oh no. Well, what is going on, everybody? It's the Seth Williams Show with Chris Aiken only apparently here. I'm not sure. Seth is definitely having internet problems, so we weren't even sure we were gonna have a show. We're giving it a shot. It's not looking it's not looking spectacular, but we will see if Seth comes back here in a second. In the meantime, I guess I'll riff for a little bit and see if he comes back here. I'll start with a thing I just saw Elon Musk post like a couple of minutes ago. Let me pull this up here. I'll present it here for you. Share the screen. For those that are worried, those that are right-leaning people that are worried about the election, I know the media is trying its damnedest to convince everybody that it's a close race, that it's going to be something close, it's going to be something, right down to the wire in the last vote or whatever. Well, I have no idea if this is accurate or not, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be very close if this is accurate. And again, who knows if anything's accurate. Elon Musk just posted this. This is the current standings on Electoral College model, according to Nate Silver. So, if the election was today, according to these to this chart right here, it wouldn't even be remotely close. Republicans win 312 to 226, and really the only states that they win are the ones that you always expect them to win. It's it does not look like it's even a close thing at all. And again, I'm not gonna say at all that this is accurate, because a lot of times, look, we live in the age of disinformation, and I think everybody knows that. And living in the age of disinformation is just not it's not a time when you can believe anything that you read, and I do mean nothing. So, I think this could be put out there as well to kind of convince people not to get out there and vote. I think that very much could be the thing. So I don't know. I mean, I would hope that it's not that. I hope that this is accurate, because as much as you guys know that watch this all the time, I'm not a Trump guy. I'm not a Kamala person. I'm not in any of them. I think they're all trash. That being said, Trump is less trashy than Kamala as far as getting our lives in order. So, I would certainly hope that this is accurate here. Let's see. And of course, Seth just texted me that he has no internet. So, of course not. But I'll tell you what. Hang out 1 second here. Let me play a commercial or two, and I'll give him a quick call and see what we're gonna do here. So hang out, and we'll figure it out. Hold on. Hold on. Now.
It's the album that changed everything. Metallica's Black Album. In Cause and Effect, Metallica, author Chris Aiken takes you back to the lead-up, the release, and the shockwaves that followed. Relive the moment that divided fans, reshaped heavy metal, and turned commercial radio on its ear. With insider stories and personal memories from rock critic and radio personality Chris Aiken, this book is a backstage pass to one of rock's most iconic moments. Get your copy now at chrisaiken.net or on Amazon. Don't miss out on this epic journey through heavy metal history.
All right, we are back here on the Seth Williams Show, the Chris Aiken edition, as Seth is not here. He still does not have internet, it seems like. Let me do this. I need to call him and find out exactly where we're at and what we're going to do going forward. But what we do have, since we don't have Seth, is we do have the Dog Pound details. John Drake was kind enough to put this together, a review of last weekend's show, or game rather. So let's play this. I'll call Seth while this is playing, and then we'll come back out of that, and we'll either talk about it with Seth, or we'll wrap it up, or we'll do whatever we're going to do. I don't know what we're doing. This is a clusterfuck. So check this out. Watch it. It's the Dog Pound Details with John Drake.
What's up, everyone? John Drake here with the Dog Pound Details for week 2 of the NFL season. And the Browns notching their first win of the 2024 campaign, knocking off the Jacksonville Jaguars 18-13. Few takeaways from this game. Number one, and it's been reported a lot, but it's very, very true. This definitely was a game that the Browns could have easily won in a blowout. It certainly seemed to be going that way in the first half. They let the Jaguars get back into it in the second half, but it was definitely an encouraging performance at the very least for the first half, because the Browns really kind of showed some heart in this game, coming back from what was an extremely disappointing blowout loss to the Dallas Cowboys in week 1. And they had a much better showing. Deshaun Watson especially, you saw that accuracy they were talking about in the preseason and during training camp, so that was good. He was victimized by some more drops, which was not good, but it's always good to see our quarterback actually doing something. I think he played much better than the stat line would suggest, which is a step forward. I mean, let's talk about the defense. It has been just awesome for the first 2 weeks. Week 1, as we said before, they were pretty gassed. And so, Dallas was able to take advantage of that. But, the second half of game 1 and pretty much all of this second game against Jacksonville, they were dominant and they're looking great. And, a lot of people said during the preseason that the recipe for success this season was to get through the first 4 or 5 games with a good record and kind of let the defense carry the team until the offense can get their legs underneath them. And that appears to be what is happening right now, which is a good sign. And I just think that the team showed a lot of heart in going on the road and notching a win. It's a conference opponent, which is good. And again, I think, the first half, especially, they were dominant on both sides of the ball. So I think this was kind of a complete team win. Obviously, you want to see better things from the offense, but the defense was excellent. The special teams was great. You had a safety in there, which was awesome. And I just thought it was a very encouraging performance, especially given what we were watching in week 1. Some things I think we definitely still need to improve. I think everyone would agree. You've got to protect Deshaun Watson more. He's just getting hit too much. His pressure rate is one of the highest in the NFL. It's in the mid 40s, and that's not sustainable. You're going to have to establish that run game at some point. I'm aware that Nick Chubb is out. We all are, but you're going to have to do something. And I think we saw that Deontay Foreman potentially could be a better option than Jerome Ford. Personally, I think I've said this before. I am not the biggest Jerome Ford fan. I think that his stats have been padded by some long runs. So I would kind of like to see what would happen if they kind of put Deontay Foreman in that lead back role. So you definitely need to get that going. And I just think, Kevin Stefanski kind of has this tendency in the third quarter of games that they're leading to kind of take his foot off the gas. And I would really like to see him kind of stomp on somebody's throat instead. Just pretend like it's a 0-0 game and come out and just keep attacking, because that's how you build those leads. And then you can salt it away in the fourth quarter, obviously. So that having been said, I think it's a very, very encouraging performance. Injuries, we appear to be getting a little bit healthier, a little bit at a time. And again, I think, these first 4 or 5 games are a perfect opportunity for the Browns to get their legs underneath them to kind of get into the second half of the schedule, where there's you have a lot more difficult teams coming up to play against you. So this week we've got the New York Giants. As we know, they are one of the bottom feeders of the NFL right now. Daniel Jones is playing terribly. So with a home game and a terrible team coming in, I think the Browns have an excellent chance to get a dominating victory and really kind of fix some things from last week and really kind of, emphatically get to that 2-1 spot and get us halfway home to Seth having to eat crickets. So, we'll see what happens this week at 1:00 down on the Lakeshore. It'll be Browns and Giants. And again, you would expect this to not be very competitive and the Browns to win going away. You never know with the Browns, of course, but that's what you would expect, and that's what I'm expecting to see as well. So, as always, everybody, go Browns, and Seth and Chris, don't be too jealous of the hair, man.
Don't worry, John. Not jealous of the hair. Well, yeah, the Giants coming up this week. That should be a win. That said, I find it interesting that John is going to poke at Daniel Jones and say that Deshaun was better. They're about the same. They both suck. They're both not good. I purposely, or not purposely, but I am actually watching these games. John brought it up about Seth getting inching closer to the Crickets. Well, the way I see it, they're both inching closer to the Crickets. You know, if 3 more wins and 5 more losses, 3 more wins and 5 more losses, and we'll get a show where they're both eating crickets. So that is promising to me. As far as the Browns last week, I thought it was okay. First half good. Second half was just boring and dull and nothing happening because the Browns went to sleep. Just like John said, they needed to stomp on the gas. They did not. You know, Giants, they should beat the hell out of, but then again, it's the Browns who always seem to play to the level of their competition and not to their own level. So I expect it to be, if I was betting, if I was gambling on this, I would not take the Browns at more than a field goal. In fact, I don't even think I would take them at 3. 2.5, I'd take the Browns. Anything else, I wouldn't bet on it because it's the Browns and they always play down to competition. So, you know, should be interesting. Season goes on. The Crickets get closer to one or both of these guys. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm hoping it's both. I'm hoping that we got to sit here and watch both of these guys try to down 2 boxes of crickets. That will be funny with both of them puking. I will enjoy that. So, and speaking of puking, you guys are all about to puke at this piece of news. Seth just got an email that said that his internet will be down until 8 o'clock tonight. So he's not coming back. He's not coming back. So we are definitely going to wrap this up. You get the very short edition of the show. Sorry about that. Not my fault. I'm here. Not his fault either. He was here. It's the fucking internet, Cox Cable or Comcast or whoever he has strikes again. So I guess that'll do it. Sorry to have wasted your time, people, but we did. So I guess we'll be back on Monday. I'll talk to Seth and see if we can't sneak an episode in here, kind of like a pop-up episode, to make up for today once his internet is a little more stable. But that's it, and blah, blah, blah. And see you guys later. Peace.
Seth Williams loves this land, stands tall and proud. Believes in freedom, speaks his mind out loud. Mentored by Trip, he learned to be tough. Life knocked him down, but he got back up. Lost a leg, but he's still strong and true. Chasing dreams under skies of red, white, and blue. Voting for Trump, he shouts it clear. WTAM tried to bring him down, but he's still here. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. Hates LeBron James, won't wear that crown. Prefers hard work and blue jeans in this town. Radio waves try to shut him up, but Seth keeps singing, filling that cup. From the small town streets to the mountain high, Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. From the small town streets to the mountain high, Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle,